Hi, everyone.
Almost. There you are.
Hi, everyone. Deb Sheppard, live, 11, sort of 11, Rocky Mountain time here in the beautiful state of Colorado. Behind the camera is, of course, Dana, if you've been following us for a while. Hello. So if you're new, let us know where you're from.
You can put your mic closer just to make sure.
So just we're on several formats, and so this is Dana's third time.
I have octopus arms.
She is managing all the platforms, and we still have to get our coding system about, we're interested to look at how I'm supposed to do this, but I'm psychic. So I can figure this out. So welcome to Facebook to Live.
Instagram. This one is Facebook
Live.
and YouTube.
Okay. So shout outs, where are you from, your first name. Well, we will do readings. I'm going to have a topic and talk about a few things, but thank you for joining us from all around the world at different times. We so appreciate it.
Nicole from A Psychic Story.
Hi, Nicole. I was on her podcast.
She's on Instagram.
She gave me a great reading because I'm very snobby when it comes to people saying that they're psychic, and she was good. More than good. So thank you for following and showing up today. Any other shout outs to anybody today?
Yeah, so we have Lori. So she's new from Colorado.
Yay.
First time joining. Kristen Collins from Arvada. Ann Rogers from Lakewood. Barb Castle.
Hi, Barb.
Who's in several of your classes.
Yeah.
Christine McCarthy from California. The Sunshine State, right?
Absolutely.
Janet from Tampa Bay.
I'm from California, too. And
Amanda from Kiowa, Colorado.
Kiowa, yeah. We just went through there, didn't we?
Kiowa? No, that's out east.
Oh, okay. We came up through New Mexico, some back roads that neither one of us have been to. Yeah. It's really cool.
Lots of people on Instagram joining.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. We're new to Instagram, so we're just kind of getting our feet wet in the Instagram live world.
Yeah, absolutely. So please be patient with us as we do our learning curve, because we're expanding, growing, trying to hit other markets, meaning social media. So this is about, for me, these Wednesdays are about supporting our community. A lot of times we need to know, is this real? Or, I want to connect with a medium, or I need to get some advice, or I want to take a class. So this is one of the ways that we show up so that we can show our community what is possible, and if there's an interest. And I think that, you will find that teacher, you'll find that psychic or medium that resonates with you. But we really like to get back to our community. We try that in many different ways. Matter of fact, Sunday, we're doing a walk, the Chelsea Hutchinson Foundation walk at Hudson Gardens. Is that where it is?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So if you're in Colorado or anywhere and you want to join my group, you can do that. There's still time. You don't have to go for the walk, but it's a family that I truly love. And their daughter died from SUDEP, which is sudden unexpected death from epilepsy. And we support this group. Dana does some of their marketing. I've been their MC for the gala, but we just love being part of this. So if you want to join us, we would love for you to be part of it and be part of our tribe.
Dawn is on. She says she's somewhere between Pueblo and Trinidad, so she doesn't have an exact marker.
That's okay. Hi, Dawn.
Question from Instagram about being live on YouTube. Yes, you are live on. Deb is live on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram all at the same time, and Twitter.
It's because I actually have multiple personalities, so I can be on each platform in a different way. Dana's just like dad joke.
Dad joke.
Part of this is we're learning again to be able to expose and give insight and hope and peace and answers to our community. So we really feel like it's important to be able to reach out and be on some of these platforms. I never imagined this would be possible, but it's just really awesome. And so we do want to reach out and be able to connect with all of you. Obviously, we can't in the amount of time, but we do our very best to be able to do that. Any other more shout outs, Dana?
Nope. Go ahead and jump in.
Okay. So I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today. And we had a podcast that was released on Monday, and it was about numerology. This woman, Glynis, is a rock star, in my opinion. and her way of understanding. And she's called the Numbers Lady. Is that what she's called?
Yeah, actually, we pause for 1 second to
Sure.
make this easier on Elizabeth? If you are here and you want a reading, what we need for you to do is type in the first name of your loved one that you would like to connect with and their relationship to you. So if it's a child's generation, Deb also would like their age. This way, Elizabeth can kind of go through. We randomly choose who you're going to receive a reading, or who's going to receive a reading. Several readings will happen. You do several. But if you start putting that information in now while Deb's talking about her topic, it'll make it easier, because in order to bring you on live, we have to actually send you an email link to bring you on live with Deb.
And for those that don't know who Elizabeth is, she is part of our community or tribe. She helps us out. She is a guru. I think I've known Elizabeth for 18 years, and she's back in our life. And so she's helping so that we can cover all these platforms. So woo out to Elizabeth.
Yeah. And we will have you send an email to her as soon as we're ready to announce who's going to receive some readings here in just a little bit.
So she's doing that.
Yeah.
Even though I start getting information, hopefully she'll pick the right ones, right? So anyway, Glennis, if you get a chance, listen to the podcast. She's phenomenal. I was very moved and excited to talk to Glennis, and that's not always the case. And she just nailed so many things, and not everything was aired. We had some stuff behind the scenes that we didn't air. So we're going to do another.
Glennis McCants is her name.
Yeah.
She's called the Numbers Lady.
The Numbers from LA.
And she's everywhere. I mean, people know her really well. So she is.
So definitely listen to the podcast. I love numerology. I'm not like her, but she is quick and on her feet. And I knew, like a fourth of a cup, and she knows like gallons. Yeah. So please listen. We will have her on again, because she was so insightful about so many things, even politics and things like that we did not air. But she is definitely a gem in our lives. And so please listen. But I also wanted to talk today a little bit about joy. And that came to me before my meditation here. This is spring. This is when kids are graduating, and people are sometimes getting married during this time of year. People are looking forward to vacations or just a change. Dana and I love it because the days are longer. We get to, especially Dana, she likes to putter around the yard and with flowers and all those things. And so this is a time to be outdoors and watching things blossom and things change. So what I really want to talk about is to find your joy. I think it's really hard, especially when there's grief, to find joy, as well as I think that we get into this boring kind of pattern. And now that, COVID, a lot of the restrictions are off and we're getting back out there, there's a lot of like, oh, I just can't wait. It's almost like kids for spring break or summer school that we're just so excited about getting out. But I really want people to find their opportunities to create joy in their life. And especially if you've had some losses, I think that people find it challenging to find that joy. However, I always say, if you want to connect with your loved ones, raising your vibration and bringing joy in can really help you connect with them. So if you're looking at like, what's up for the summer, what should I do next? Really start planning to be outdoors, to find laughter. We have some grandbabies, and they always bring laughter to us, and fur babies. So find what you can to bring in that joy. That's going to raise your consciousness. It's going to raise your energy and vibration. And that way you can hear your guides, you can hear your loved ones, you can feel that peace. And when there is grief, many people believe that they can't have the joy or they can't be happy because they're supposed to be in sorrow. And that's exactly the opposite of what your loved ones need. So if you can take this time and shift that energy, it'll make it easier for you to make a connection, and easier for me to make a connection with your loved ones as well. Mm-hmm. So if you want to post what you're doing for joy this spring and summer, and we would love to hear that. I know Dana and I look for some excursions, especially near water during our time of joy, with our fur babies and all that. So Now we're going to allow Elizabeth and Dane to figure out who to bring on. As they're doing that, I want to talk about how I get messages. And so part of this is I use my entire body, actually. And that's where I use every sense to the extent that I can. So, of course, my body feels it, which a lot of you are empaths. You feel that energy, you feel that knowing, and it happens in my body. So I can cough if it's COVID, or I can feel parts of my body. I also feel their personalities and the type of personality they were. So if they're more quiet versus very vocal, that will come through as well. Usually how they died will come through as well to be able to validate for you. But I also hear, see, taste, and smell. So I can hear a song, or sometimes I can hear words. I can taste things from the apple pie to the moonshine that maybe a relative made. I can see if they wore a uniform. So if they did something in service or wore a uniform in their job. A lot of it are metaphors, and I tell people this. One of the stories I think is funny was when I did a small group and I kept seeing their aunt with a large nose, and I thought maybe she was all knowing, and they laughed, saying no, she at nighttime she would walk by people's houses and she was nosy. She would look in their houses to see how they're decorated. So we always call it like psychic charades. What we're getting, or what I'm getting, is how do you interpret that information and how it comes through. And I've done over 50,000 at least readings. I don't think we've counted all of the ones on radio and the ones on Facebook Live and all that. But I have done quite a bit, and I've been tested. So a lot of this, when it comes through, people will go, no, that doesn't make any sense. Just write it down, or, think about it, because usually it will come through later on. If people all the time will come back and go, okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
Any questions or shout outs?
So there's on Instagram, Caribwoman_55 is her.
She's looking for a date.
She has a question.
Sure.
She is wondering if her dad has crossed over. She didn't share his name, but obviously if he passed away, I know you have a specific philosophy. Maybe you can share that.
Yeah. So if you're not sure if he passed, that's another question. But people will ask a lot of times, like, if they're on the other side, are they okay? If you want to push my buttons, let me tell you, they have crossed over. If someone says that they can't connect, it's probably because they don't get stuck. And people think, well, if they didn't believe in this, will they show up for a reading? Absolutely. So when people cross over, they don't have they don't have the weighted life that they had when they were here, like their limited belief system, or the fear, or anything that they had in this lifetime doesn't continue with them in the next life.
Let us know if you can hear, because I had to do a mic change real quick. Okay. So let us know that you can hear us now. I do have the audio is.
So whoever that was, if your dad has passed, you just give us his name and I can connect. But really, the whole intention of someone is saying that they're stuck on the earth level, or they move way beyond, or they don't want to be disturbed, that is not my ethics. So if someone that does reading believes those things, that's absolutely fine. I just have not experienced that myself.
Okay. So we have, good. Thank you guys for letting me know the audio works.
Yay.
Audio works. Okay. So I'm going to just say, I need, two things I need. We have two people we're going to start with, that will bring on live. Nicole Steele. Nicole, send an email to Elizabeth@debsheppard.com, and she's going to give you the link so that you can connect live with Deb. And
just so all of you know,
I'm posting this also so that you can just grab it.
It's easier for me to do a connection to the
other side
and your guides and your past lives than it is for technology. So hopefully technology can catch up to what psychics can do at some point.
Yeah. And also Amanda Love. go ahead and send an email to elizabeth@debsheppard.com.
Ooh, for Amanda. Who does she want to connect with? Ooh.
Amanda wants to connect with her dad.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. I'm
And
feeling lots of vibes for you, Amanda. Breathing. So, Amanda, when you're getting on, please breathe for me.
yeah,
That's how it gets picked up, which is great. I'm glad I can do this. I'm glad I can be a messenger. I'm grateful and honored and humbled the fact that people, do reach out and want to participate in this.
So we're having some audio issues, it sounds like, on Facebook. So just, Elizabeth, if you can take a peek at that and let me know how it sounds, and then
Do I need a different microphone? I don't have any microphone.
yeah, I'm trying to. So either they can hear me or they can hear you, and I'd rather they hear you. So cool. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. We have Caitlyn Bronson. She wants to connect with her dad, Dennis.
All these dads. Okay. The first of all, Caitlyn, I'm sorry because I feel like your dad was young, and I feel like you're young. So
Instagram people.
Yeah, I'm not moving. Dana is. So I feel like Dennis definitely died earlier than he needed to be. I feel like this is a man that could have lived a lot longer. So I feel like his life was cut short. I also feel a sense of humor from him. So this is either he had humor in his life or he's laughing about being here, which could be a little bit of both. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe that I'm here. So I get that sense from him. He also is telling you that, yes, he sees what's going on. And I'm getting that he's showing me that you're making these really tough decisions. Like, I feel like you've got some choices ahead of you, maybe that you feel like they're really serious. What should I do? And he goes, trust yourself. You're going to do the right thing. He is there with you. I'm also seeing a celebration, a wedding or graduation or something like that coming out, which we just talked about. And so he said he'll be there. He's also feeling, it's all my chest and my stomach. I'm not coughing, so I'm assuming it's not COVID, but all in this area and just a lot of heaviness, he's telling me. And he's got, it feels like a hamster or a guinea pig or a small animal with him. Now, I feel like there's been more animals, but for some reason he's bringing through this really small little creature. And so in my opinion, it's to validate that he's really here with you. And he's talking about it's to paint the room or change the room. So whether this is a room that you're thinking about doing or a room that he was in, I just feel like he sees this room being changed and updated. That is really kind of out there. So if you have any validations, I would be grateful to know about them. But he is okay, Caitlyn. And he's there. It feels like with maybe his father as well, which I think his dad's been gone for a while, or an older man that's been gone for a while. I'm trying to speak at the same time.
And if you could share the validation,
that'd be great.
That would be
great. Because he was kind of all over the place, Caitlyn. And I'm also trying to connect with Nicole and Amanda, but I really think, Caitlyn, this was your dad.
So we'll bring Amanda on, and you're going to do a few readings, just so everybody knows. But I'm going to bring Amanda on with Deb. She's in the waiting room, in the studio,
in the studio, in the green room. I hope we've taken care of you in the green room. Okay. I've been in a few green rooms in my time, and they're never really green, just everyone knows.
She's on with you now.
Hi, Amanda. Is it Amanda?
Yes. Hi, Deb.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good energy, big heart. Were you really close to your dad?
I'm very close. I was very close to my dad.
Because I feel the heaviness, like his passing completely ripped the rug from underneath you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel like you have sort of a belief system, but when this happened, it kind of just, I keep getting topsy-turvy, like all this kind of energy came up for you. Like, what am I going to do with this, or what's going to happen? Is there some challenges with the family because of his passing too?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it was 4 years ago, so I feel like we've gone through those, but I mean, he was definitely the head of our family, and he was my best friend. So
it feels like the patriarch. So even if you go back 4 years ago or 3 years ago, he's talking about what happened after he passed. So not that it has to be that way now, but just sort of like wow, what do we do with this? And I'm seeing Christmas, but it doesn't mean anything about Christmas. I just like this man brought in a lot of joy during holidays or during certain aspects of life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And he's also, did he ride a motorcycle?
No.
So I'm getting him feeling like he's riding a motorcycle, like I'm free, I'm okay. And it's almost like a feeling of don't worry about how I am in the afterlife. So I feel like it's almost like, because I feel like he was young as well. Does this make sense?
Yeah, he was young. He was 62.
Yeah, which is my age. So that's way too young. And I just feel like this just came onto the family. Like, what do we need to do? He's also telling me there were some tough decisions near the end of his passing. Do you understand?
Yes.
And he just says, you guys did what was needed. Because I feel as if, was there kind of a risk or an accident or something that you guys were unprepared for in his death?
Well, it just came out of nowhere. I mean, he was diagnosed with small bowel cancer and he was a healthy guy, still working. He worked at a hospital in the Denver metro area. He was like young and 2 weeks before my parents had bought a retirement house in Arizona. So it just hit us out of nowhere kind of.
Yeah. It just feels like it's like it's rolling, like the snowball rolling down the hill that just kept picking up speed.
Mm-hmm.
And so for him, it was making tough decisions right then. I really feel like, though, that your dad thought he could beat it. Like, I feel like he still had a great attitude about it closer to the end until he was like, there's nothing I get to do about this. And so he just feels like he had a blessed life. He just felt like living, and I talked about joy earlier, like he just wanted to bring joy in. He just wanted to love life and love his family. And so for me, I feel like he was this big, he opened up the room. He felt like he loved people. People loved him. He really touched lives. And then it was almost like what I'm getting from him is sniffed out, like taken out that quickly.
Yeah.
And he says you have questions for him.
Yes, I do have questions for him. I want to know if he has anything to say to my husband, Lucas, or my sister's husbands, because they were all best friends for sure, and they miss him dearly.
That's sort of a longer reading, but what I'm getting is for them to carry the torch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like just step up and carry the torch. Don't look for him to be that leader. He'll always be that leader in your family, but that it's okay for him to pass the baton.
Yeah. Does he say anything about what I'm going to do with my life? He was in healthcare and I'm in healthcare. We're both stuck in the world. And I feel like I've tried to reach to him as my spiritual guide in this, and that hasn't gone much.
Well, I would really work with your spirit guides versus a family member. So, Amanda, the questions you're asking are really like a full session. So I would really recommend that. So connecting with your guides versus your dad can't cross those boundaries and tell you what to do with your life.
Yeah.
So listen to my other podcast to get some advice. And I know you feel disappointed, but this is just a 30-second, 1 minute.
No, that's not disappointing at all.
Okay,
not at all. Thank you so much. It's just nice to connect with him. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you very much, Amanda. Yeah, it's hard because we all want so much more, and it's trying to get to everyone. But Amanda, you're really great. Healthcare, I was in healthcare too. It's a tough business to be in these days, and I think part of it we get into fear about changing jobs because we have a certain lifestyle. But as your dad would say, life is short. I mean, he's my age.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy. And more comments. Deb needs Mike. So next one, a question. Marcia is asking what calendar the numerology was based on. Was it Gregorian or Middle Eastern moon cycle or solar system? Well, the numerology was based on the Pythagoras, which is an ancient Greek philosopher. It was based on the Pythagoras.
And thank God Dane is here because I wouldn't remember that name.
So on Instagram, we have Deb, and she wants to connect with her son, Alan. I don't have his age. If you could type that in, Deb, go ahead and give me his age. We can.
I think he's an adult. He hasn't been gone long.
Yeah, type in his age, Deb, and his name is Alan. And Caitlyn says, thank you, Deb. You made me feel like he's here and he knows what's happening.
Oh,
so that's very nice. We have Nicole waiting too, but let's
a few others.
he was 31.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, Jim. First of all, sorry that you've lost a child. We never want to compare any loss. I don't care, even if you've lost a child, that there's no comparison. I feel like his death was more unexpected. I'm getting a chest connection, breathing, something all around the upper body. I'm feeling from him too is a feeling of frustration, maybe at the end of his life. So maybe there's things were going on that he felt very frustrated with. I do get more of an unexpected death or a feeling of passing too quickly is both of those that I get. He's also saying that he's there. I feel like it was with your dad, Deb, but it could be.
Pause for 1 sec.
Okay. We're trying microphones again.
Let's see if that works better. Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
And audio. Give me 1 second here. Okay. You're on live.
Sorry there. So Deb, if you didn't hear that, I do feel like Alan is a smart individual. There was parts of him that I feel like his brain was like really intelligent, but I feel like he couldn't shut down the mucky mind. So I feel like there was always a lot going on. That's why I feel some frustration near the end of his life. I feel that there was, I keep getting the word not obtainable, and I don't know what that means. So maybe he felt like certain things he wanted to achieve weren't obtainable. And after all the readings I've done, I've never had anyone use that word. So I'm hoping it makes sense for you. He's also saying that he has been remembered and that he knows that people think about him often. And I feel like he may have left children behind, or he's talking about who he left behind. This can include fur babies or siblings, but he's just saying, let them know I love them and I'm with them. And he's telling me he's messing with your electronics. I feel like there's electronic things that he shows up with, like he messes with. Interesting. Alan has got a personality that feels very outgoing. And then the other part of it feels very quiet and like I'm just being pulled back, like I'm this wallflower. So I feel like Alan gave two different types of extended personalities. Like here, people see him this way, and some people saw him this way. So see if those things make sense to you. Those are the things that validate that this is really Alan with you.
And then Amanda says, thank you, Deb. The reading meant more than you know, and all very validating. You're amazing.
Good. Okay.
Deb on Instagram says, oh my, yes.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. So let's add Nicole to, here she is. Hi, Nicole. You're on with Deb.
Hello.
Hi. You're going to probably have to speak up, Nicole, okay?
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Don't be shy. So who are you wanting to connect with?
My mom,
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was getting to. What's mom's name?
Judy.
Was she a strong individual?
Yes.
Because when I wrote your name down, I wrote, I hope she wants to talk to a mother figure because she is here. And I feel like Judy is the person that likes to be in charge, maybe a little bossy at times. I don't want to say that she was, bossy, but I just feel like she knew what she wanted. She had to have some control. Was she sick during the last part of her life?
Yes.
Because I feel like even during that time, she wanted to have some control. So she's apologizing to her family for sometimes being a little bit too involved. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Would she sometimes have more opinions?
She was pretty opinionated, yes.
Okay, so she's apologizing for not just letting you guys take care of her. She's telling me that you guys did what you needed to do, and she's very grateful for that. She just is that matriarch, that person that has a strong personality. And she's talking about her food. So this could either be the food that you are giving her or that she made great food. Does that make sense? What's the food connection? Did she really want certain food when she was sick?
So when she was sick in the hospital, I was trying to sneak some special stuff into her smoothies, vitamins and stuff like that, maybe.
Okay, absolutely. So if you snuck in
Like
some,
superfoods and whatnot.
yeah, so I get that this was part of like it's your secret, and she says, I know that you were doing this. So even though you thought that maybe she didn't know that, she's telling you she did. She's also said that she was okay at her time of passing, which tells me that maybe people thought she was going to be there the next day, or we should have stayed there, or we should have made different decisions. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Were you there at the time of her passing?
Yes, I was holding her hand, sitting right next to her.
Okay. Were some people concerned about the timing or her being there, or they should have been there?
Yeah.
Okay. So she doesn't want these people to have any guilt. She goes, you don't need to be there for me during my time of passing. This is a mother, though, that I feel like she really made her imprint on this planet. And also, she's telling me you don't have to do her expectations. So you know how you try to put on somebody else's boots and you can't walk in their boots? I feel like she's letting you know and the family know that what she did was the way she needed to do it, but people don't have to follow suit. So are you feeling like you have to kind of do the things your mom did?
I sort of made a promise to her when she was passing that I would take care of her other children.
She's telling you not to worry about it. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. She says it's not, you don't have to take care of everybody. She says, that's what I would do, but you don't need to do that. You're allowed to have your own life because you can't manage these other kids, these other people, and they're not going to listen to you like they did your mom. She also don't keep trying to release that.
Okay.
How does that feel, Nicole?
Good.
Does it feel like a big weight left off?
It does. I
She
carry
says,
a lot of guilt because of that.
okay, she says, that was my choice, my children. It's not yours. I know that we made that agreement, but I was just concerned. She says, don't have to hold on to that anymore. Go have some fun.
Okay. Thank you.
She says, I'm watching them. They have their own journey. Ignore it. Okay. That was worth coming on today, huh, Nicole?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just feel like you're like this weight off, like you just lost 10 pounds. She's like, yeah, don't go there anymore.
Probably 50 pounds.
50 pounds. I wish I could diet like that. Yeah, absolutely. So you're good to go. She's watching them. She knows you can't. Is it 4 of them or 3 or 4 of them?
There are 3 others. Yes.
3 other. Okay. I don't know if one of them is married or has a child, but I'm seeing the 3 to 4. She just says,
So it'd be 4 with Nicole.
yeah. She goes, just cut the ties.
Okay. Kind of already did that, but I've just been feeling really guilty about it.
No, don't. Nope.
Okay.
She's like, take your money and run. Get the hell out of Dodge.
Thanks for coming on,
Thanks,
Nicole.
Nicole. That was great. That's a good session, a good permission from parents.
So I just have a comment from Deb, who just connected with Alan. Another medium told her that Alan was stuck here. And this was about 8 months after he died, that he was in distress, not knowing what happened to him. So,
okay, since I connected with Alan and you validated and there was confusion, I will go on this again. I don't know who the medium was. I'm not saying the medium was inaccurate, but according to me, when someone says that they're stuck or they've moved on, that's because maybe they can't connect. So since I connected with Alan, he came through very clearly. Your family is not stuck. Humans are more stuck than the deceased. They're not in a human body. Please, when someone, and this has been coming up for 2-3 weeks now, that I'm getting these consistent, well, they're stuck, they've moved on, you're holding them back. All of that is BS. If you want me to get on my soapbox, I will. I have been able to go back hundreds of years to people who have passed, to someone that died in utero. It doesn't matter. The soul's a soul. And I'm not saying that I am better than them, but if you have a psychic that says that, but they can't connect with anyone else in your family, then I would look at who you go to. And a lot of people say they can do this work unless they really have a good history and you know that they're recommended. I have been vetted by many organizations, which means I've been tested. One of the organizations I had to do 5 readings blind, like I'm doing now, and I had to get in 30 minutes 60 things right, correct. So you want a medium like you want anybody else in a profession to be the best. Don't feel like your child or anyone in your life is stuck. So with that said, Deb, I'm so sorry for that. Realize that your loved ones are around you. This is why I always say to everybody, even though your loved ones are on the other side, they are always by your side. And that is truly what I believe in my heart and the depths of my soul. And so please continue following us on our Spiritual Straight Talk podcast, on our Facebook Live. Get onto my emails, things like that will really give you some clarity about this work. Again, I'm honored that you are here with us today. Blessings and namaste.